Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel, whether you're new or you're coming back. Today we are going to be doing our daily check-in for Twin Flame Collective with a special intention in mind. As many of you know, we are approaching new moon in Gemini, that for the American, for those who reside in America, start on the 6th of June. For those of you in Europe and Asia, it may start actually on the 5th of June, and that's why I'm doing this reading today. I want to make sure that you guys are prepped before the peak occurs. Another thing to keep in mind, that the lunation energy usually begins a couple of days before the actual event, the peak, and it lasts for a few days after the peak, so you can already start setting yourself up for this new cycle for manifesting your desires. Since this is an air sign, use your imagination of how you can connect with the element of air, right? And it can be anything from the outside, where you can feel the wind, right? You can just feel it, feel the embrace of that air around you. You can breathe it, you can feel it, you can play with it, right? And down to even, you know, conversations, to music, right? Because it all directly engages the element of air. Another thing to keep in mind is, of course, we are being asked, together with some other transits that are going on right now, we are being asked to communicate honestly what our desires are, what our goals are, right? To not hold back, to be upfront, to be bold, and to, if anything, to leave the fear behind that you're going to be judged, that people will not understand, right? This is a time to go full on. And if you feel like in order to manifest your dreams you don't have enough knowledge and experience, then communicate. Gemini, Mercury, that's that vibration. Communicate with those people who do. Find those people, seek them out, and make sure that you rely on their expertise, at least at the beginning, but you're heard, you're seen, and you pursue, you know, you put your actions where your mouth is, right? Okay, let's start with an oracle card. Today we'll do a different set of questions, so we'll look at what kind of opportunities this new moon brings for the Twin Flame Collective specifically. We'll see what kind of challenges does it introduce for us to learn from, and what's on the other side of this new cycle. What can we aspire to with our journeys? But before that, an oracle message for each of the twins, and we'll start with Divine Feminines as always. Number 3, allow your work to become your art. And I'm immediately hearing, and your word to become your art, right? So for many Divine Feminines, it's going to be about using your voice wisely, right? Remembering that whole concept of spells and spelling, and us creating our universe through our words, right? And of course, words don't just have to be dry, they don't just have to be super practical, right? Words could be creative, they could help you unlock and unleash your creative power if you only allow for it. And that both involves speaking, it involves writing, and I think just by me saying that, you already got some ideas of how you can introduce more creativity with the power of the word in your life. Or there's another channel message here, or introduce more authenticity in those words that you're already using, if you're using them. Number 21 for the masculines, which comes down to 3, the same numbers we had for the feminine. Polish your mirror for perfect clarity, right? So this is about inner work, actually. This is about looking in the mirror, if anything, honestly, to see, again, do you put your actions where your mouth is, right? How sincere are you in your intentions and the way you treat people? How honest and kind is your interpretation of what goes on with other people? Are you judging them? Are you being compassionate? Do you have enough information to understand the situation, or you're just making assumptions, right? All of these things. And of course, we do that based on our own stories, our triggers, our coping mechanisms, and just the events that happened to us, what people did in similar situations to us, all of those things, right? So that creates a muggy, steamed up mirror where it can be hard to see what the true situation is. Okay, I will use one of my favorites for the lunation reads, the Dreamkeeper's Tarot. And we'll ask 3 questions and we'll have answers for both twins. I see the first card coming out, so I'm just gonna go with it. And then what's on the other side? Got the sun already, so beautiful. The moon, bottom of the deck. A little bit on the nose, but I'm also getting that this is, like, to me, this particular card in this deck is also talking about connection. Well, first of all, it's that looking into the mirror of facing like the internal, right? Facing the part of yourself that's not necessarily public, that's not seen by everybody else, that's private, that's intimate. But also connecting to your ancestors for moments of truth, for understanding certain patterns, for understanding the way you talk, right? Why do you use certain vocabulary? Like, that could be a topic for a completely different video, like a separate topic altogether. Maybe I'll do a show on it one day, right? But our vocabulary very much reflects who we are and where we come from in a wider sense, right? It will include ethnicity, social status, the timing, like the historical timing, the era, the culture, again, the culture, nationality, a lot of different things. So, okay, I'll get some clarifiers for my cards. And they start flying out, so I'm gonna go with that. Beautiful. The star at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, so there is the potential for healing here, especially if you connect, like, both of these are kind of watery energy, although the star represents Aquarius, which is air, if anything. So it's another air sign, but it does have water in the art, always. And so, yeah, this is like a very interesting connection, right? Between connecting and being true to self and true to your tribe, to your ancestors, and how it connects to the healing, to like the bigger, understanding the bigger purpose of everything that's going on with you. And maybe even those things that happened to your ancestors in their lifetime. And we understand that one way or another they have impacted you and your life. Okay, so the first question for the reading was, what opportunities are presented for the twins in this new moon in Gemini? I will speed it up a little bit just because I don't want this reading to be extra long, but as you can understand, I have a lot of information to share. But if you have any specific questions, feel free to comment and ask me. I will do my best to reply. So for the feminines, we have Queen of Pentacles clarified by 10 of Pentacles, and there is actually a child here. There's a child, a pet, there is an older person. So to me, the Queen of Pentacles, of course, first and foremost, is the kind of the head of the family, the female head of the family, the feminine, right? Let's put it that way. It doesn't have to be female, of course. So it's like the hostess, the mother, the keeper of the, the nest, the home nest, right? The creator of home, with whichever it means to every person. And it's the wife card, of course, even if it's not technically officially, wife, right? But it's like a dedicated, a committed partner. So there is a chance for, it's also someone who knows their resources and how to utilize them to get the best outcome, right? In a wider sense, but including money, of course. So there is an opportunity here to really grow as that creator of the space, creator of the abundance, turning raw resources into something happy, into the source of wellness, into the source of prosperity and high lifestyle for yourself and for your loved ones, right? Really beautiful, like new skills essentially of how to do that for yourself and for people that you love. For masculines, we have 10 of Swords clarified by the Magician. Yeah, so masculines have been beaten enough, and I already actually saw this message yesterday in yesterday's reading, but they are taking matters into their own hands when it comes to how they want to build the future, right? So that's the opportunity to really have that power, to feel empowered, to create your own destiny, and not just acknowledge it like something happened to you when it's kind of too late, you know, like, okay, now I understand I've been taken, or I understand this person was never really a good fit for me, or I understand I never should have partnered with this person on this project, right? Like realization of that when it's too late, and then it's like, oh, that's the way the universe decided to play it out for me, which could be the case, maybe, maybe not, but now it's like, okay, now I decide. I will attract the right people, the right situations, the right events for myself based on my energy and my intention, right? Like this is making a conscious intention. Magician is also connected. Magician energy is the, oh my goodness, this is a Gemini energy actually. Yes, it's correct. So it is about speaking out what is it that you desire and then following through with it. And that's what they intend to do. That's the opportunity that we have. What are the challenges the twins are facing during this new moon cycle? For feminines, it's Queen of Swords clarified by Seven of Swords, right? So there is this inner conflict. And again, we all have all swords. So again, the air energy, the communication energy, topics of communication will come up for everyone. Whatever is closer to you, whatever will hit you right into the heart. But for feminines, the challenge should be to find a balance from demanding, you know, direct information and truth and nothing but the truth, and being able to see that, you know, we're all human, and one way or another we tell lies, right? Like sometimes unintentionally, of course, sometimes we're feeling guilt and shame, sometimes we are manipulating the situation, right? But that's just the way life is, that we won't be able to be truthful 100% of the time. And of course it's hard to accept, especially when it's about people, again, who you let in close to you, right? So this is like very interesting invitation to look at yourself and how you do it, right? And that will help you once you see where you are not necessarily saying what you mean and how you feel. You'll have more empathy, more compassion towards other people with that. But that will be a challenge because you'll want to call them out on their lies. For masculines, we have the Fool clarified by Nine of Cups. I was thinking of the Fool when I was looking at the Magician card, actually. Very interesting. The Fool is an Aquarian energy, which again we already saw earlier in the reading. With the Nine of Cups here, the Fool is basically saying that the world is my oyster, and there's so much that it has to offer that, you know, my best desire is to explore it, right? To see what it's like, to surprise myself, to see beyond what I can imagine and wish for myself when it's my birthday and I'm blowing away the birthday candles, right? Like I can't even imagine where we go, right? Like, but this is the challenge, to really strive for more, to not be okay with just good enough, right? With just okay, just fine, but go for more, explore more, right? To even understand what you want, explore to understand what is available, what is possible. What's on the other side? I love this for the feminines. Of course, being feminine myself, this is like extra music to my ears. And in Russian we have a saying, this is a balsam for my soul. So we have the Sun clarified by Two of Cups. So for the feminines on the other side is happiness with your soulmate. For a lot of people, I'm getting is going to be with the life partner. For some, it could be a friend, a parent, a sibling, a mentor, but someone who you'll know you can rely on, and somebody who will bring you a lot of happiness very easily. Like, that's the key criteria of how you will know that's it. That's this manifestation that came true, right? There's a person who will always be your sunshine, right? Just like that. They show up and the sun is shining and you can't stay sad or mad or confused, right? You just light up naturally. Beautiful. And you'll be together with that person. So whatever divides you now, whether it's communication, distance, different commitments that you have, you and them, and you can never find time for each other, those things are going to dissolve to allow for you two to be in each other's lives fully and, you know, regularly. And another important message to mention here is that you will be their sunshine too. So it goes both ways, really. For masculines on the other side, we see Queen of Cups clarified by 4 of Coins, which has the Death card in it. So for masculines, on the other side is the opportunity to have higher emotional intelligence, and well, first of all, to be able to deal with negative emotions in a healthier way, but also not hold in the positive emotions, right? A lot of times masculines get scared that people will take advantage of them if they talk about their vulnerabilities, the way they feel, the love they have, right? And I love actually that there is a new moon here instead of the head for this Queen of Cups, right? But this is about not necessarily just giving away everything and sacrificing your whole heart, right? The emotional intelligence is about reading the room, I would just add the energy here because we are light workers, we are twin flames, so it's just as important. And then balancing that out, the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? To be able to communicate in a healthy way, right? So masculines are becoming, or on the other side, they become more of masters on this around emotions and navigating various emotions from themselves and from other people. Okay, I think I will leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I hope you use this new moon power to your advantage and to support your plan, your goals, your intentions. And if you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments. And until next time.